I used to love watching the Oscars, but
What happened?
What a stupid looking idiot! But yeah, anyway, for those who care, I stopped watching the Oscars and looks like I'm not alone.
This is very unfortunate what happened.
But what did happen? Because it's true, I used to love watching the Oscars, and so did millions of other people. There's a few factors involved in this, but I'm assuming the first and most obvious one is politics. Now real quick, just for the record, it's not whether or not I agree or disagree with the politics being shared in those speeches, because let's be honest, that's always been a part of the Oscars.
Are the treatment of American Indians today?
What a horrendous human rights situation.
We live in a time where we have a man sending us to war.
But with today's overbearing amount of politics in everything, up to and including sports, controversy, I'm assuming that most of us would like to hear less about politics. Movies are supposed to be entertainment and an escape, but once you throw politics into that mix, it inevitably becomes polarizing and muddled with bitterness.
This whole thing sucks. I mean, this is the biggest pile of shit.
Another factor as to why I stopped watching is derived from politics again, picking and choosing who wins. Now look, everybody's preference as to who should win is completely subjective, except for me, because I'm always right.
Wow.
So there is no right or wrong choice here, but once you learn that Oscar hopefuls have to lobby and run campaigns just to get their films nominated by the Academy, it kind of loses its magic.
I'm just saying that to have been nominated would have been nice. It's very political. You have to take out ads.
Shut up now!
Okay.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be allowed to do that, but nonetheless, pouring tons of money into marketing your film so that it can win an award kind of takes away the idea that it deserved it.
Deserves got nothing to do with it.
One of the other key factors lately is that the winning films are just not that great. Now I know that this is purely subjective, but then again, so is this whole video, so I don't really care.
I don't care!
But the last couple of films to win the highly coveted Best Picture haven't really been memorable and haven't left a long-lasting impression with moviegoers. I'm talking about films like Shape of Water, Moonlight, Spotlight, Birdman, The Artist, The King's Speech. All of these won Best Picture, but I'm assuming that the vast majority of people wouldn't even put these in the top 5 films of the year that they were released. Oh sorry, it's top 10 best films now. Oh no, it's 8. What?
What?
Now films like The Departed, No Country for Old Men, Lord of the Rings, Gladiator, and even Crash won Best Picture, and I'm pretty confident we all know these films very, very well. Some of you will argue that the newest winners just need more time to become iconic, and yeah, you go with that.
I will!
Now I know that one of the main reasons people like to watch the Oscars is because of the glitz and the glamour of the whole thing, but honestly, I just can't stand the pretentiousness anymore.
You like me! Right now! You like me!
Now don't get me wrong, I understand that the Oscars is just a big show and there's a lot of really talented people there, and movies are really an important part of our culture. I understand all of that. But as somebody who's been involved in filmmaking pretty much his whole life, even I can admit, they're just movies.
You get to make movies.
All of the grandstanding speeches and, pretentious outfits really displays an arrogance that can't be ignored. On top of that, it's obvious that Hollywood clearly has a sexual harassment problem.
I would like to thank Harvey Weinstein.
Thank you, Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us.
Especially Harvey Weinstein, a man of dedication and vision.
Goes for Roman Polanski.
Yikes. You can certainly separate the art from the artist, but with all that's happening, it's really hard to enjoy watching these people celebrate themselves. I'm not even necessarily saying that I'm never gonna watch the Oscars ever again. I'm just simply pointing out things that have made the Oscars unwatchable to me at this point. To oversimplify what I'm saying, I think the Oscars is a pretentious event celebrating subjective mediocrity with political speeches. Sounds way meaner when I put it that way.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Again, I love movies, and I simply just want the Oscars to do better. I know I might be waiting a long time for that to happen, but we still have the movies to entertain us, and here's to hoping that the Oscars do indeed become better in the years ahead. And as far as Green Book winning Best Picture this year, I haven't seen it, and it looks good, but is anybody happy with that choice?
No. Not really.
Now, if you didn't pick up on the subjective part, I'm simply saying that this is just my opinion, so if you agree or disagree with me about the Oscars, let me know in the comments below. You can also check out some of our other videos posted right here. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more videos like this. Yeah!